Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, yesterday we didn't have enough time to complete this trial balance for the week 2. So, if you guys remember, we completed the scenario all the way down to on its till June 14th. So now what we're going to do is now we're going to complete our trial balance because that is what I require of you, just so then you don't have to go back and fix any mistakes that have happened already. If we find that the trial balance has come out to be equal, then we are good. Okay? So for your trial balance, all you need is your general ledger and your financial statements or your financial forms. So here I've already brought it over here. Now there are many ways you can actually fill this out if you find it easier to just copy the previous page, especially if you're using the Excel. If you'd like, go ahead and copy that over and then insert the accounts you need, just so then you can keep yourself organized and be able to find it easy. But for today, I'm just going to go ahead and go over every single item again in the general ledger, and I'm going to rewrite all these accounts that are in here. Okay. Now I'm doing that because I'm showing you again how to complete a trial balance before you guys can do it on your own. So trial balance, I'm going to go ahead and start from fresh because, again, we looked at a bunch of brand new accounts that we have seen in the last 7 days, right? We opened up, we just finally opened up a purchase expense. We opened up a freight expense. We've opened up advertising expense. So there's a lot of accounts that we are unfamiliar with. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So how we fill out our trial balance is, again, we're going to go from every single account that exists with a balance in the general ledger. Okay? The best way to do it is do the main account and then do the sub account right underneath it. All right. So the first one we did, we only looked at all the accounts that just exist in the general itself. Okay. This is one way of doing it, right? Just list every single account that has a balance and boom, paste it on here. Okay. But for the trial balance number 2 is I'm going to have you have the main accounts and then have the sub accounts with their balances underneath. So for example, right here, this is the bank account, right? The bank actually consists of your checking, okay, your petty cash, as well as cash in the register, all right? So in this case, the main bank account includes all of these items. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paste in my first main account, which is going to be my bank account. And I'm going to go ahead and indicate that this is a main account by keeping it capital. All right. So with that being there, right, since the main account doesn't have an actual total or tally, this is what I'm going to tell you guys to do. So the next trial balance we're going to do is I want you to see if you could just only do main accounts only. All right. That means in each sub account, you're going to add up the total to include and make up the main account. But for this case, let's just practice and do one thing slowly at a time. So here I have my main account, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to break that main account into the smaller accounts. So in this case, my first small account is going to be my checking account. Or my first sub-account under bank is going to be checking. And since I've done a lot of, paying checks as well as invoices, we're being given here, my ending balance in my checking account is going to be the $4,189.92. So 4,189.92 92 cents. Okay? 4,189.92. Right? And there goes my first one. I haven't done a petty cash fund yet. Okay? Nor have I had a cash in the register yet. So we are okay now. We can move on to the next one. Next one's accounts receivable. We haven't had any sales, so we can go ahead and skip that. Next one is going to be business supplies. And did we make any business supplies? Yes, we did. We bought medium cups and we bought large cups. So here, I'm going to go ahead and write my business supplies. And right underneath it, that's where I'm going to go ahead and break it down. So business supplies, I have medium coffee cups and I have large coffee cups. All right, each with a beginning or each with a normal balance. So we have 54.12 in my medium cups. I have 54.12, and then in my large cups I have 81.19. Okay. Did we have any coffee creamer or sugar? No, we haven't made those purchases yet. But keep in mind, we will occur that soon. We don't have any office supplies, so we're okay there. And the next one is now inventory. Yes, we did make purchases of inventory. So here, I'm going to go ahead and write down my main account, inventory. And I have regular coffee. And I have supreme coffee. Okay. Now let's go ahead and scroll down for this. So my regular coffee, my balance is $200. And my supreme coffee is going to be, right now my current balance in my supreme coffee is for $225. All right. Okay. Now the next account's going to be my ceramic coffee mugs. All right. Why don't I have anything in here? Anybody?
The general ledger must, it may have a zero balance. I haven't looked, but it doesn't have a balance, maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe I put up the wrong form.
It's not the wrong
Because I
form.
remember that. I remember all of that being done yesterday.
What do you mean?
Well, you're talking about the ceramic mugs and all that stuff. You said that information is not in there.
Yeah, why? Why haven't we entered anything in the ceramic coffee mugs? We did make purchases of coffee of the ceramic coffee mugs, but why isn't there anything in here right now?
Did we not receive it?
We did receive it.
Okay, then I'm just gonna be quiet.
We have not updated the worksheets.
Mm, what do you mean we have not updated the worksheets?
Although we have purchased, we have not the cost and freight.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a hint. The reason why we don't have it is because what kind of tracking method are we using when we bought our cups?
Periodic?
We're using periodic. When do we actually update our inventory?
End of the
In
period.
period.
At the end of the period. So right now they do exist. They're just currently expenses right now. So we haven't converted them into inventory just yet. Okay? So that's the reason why ceramic coffee mugs is empty because we haven't updated it yet. All right? So the next account is going to be furniture. Yes, we do actually have a lot of furniture. So go ahead and place furniture there. Okay, so we actually don't have an account balance in my furniture account, which is completely fine. But we know that it breaks down into all of these items, right? We have a bistro table, right? Bistro tables and chairs. Okay. We for what $6,605.08. So 660508. Okay. We also have a counter for $1,193.22. We also bought a desk set. Desk set. We also received that for $658.37. We also have, lastly, display shelves. Display shelves for $577.08. Okay. As we keep going, that is the end of our furniture. Now, the next thing we have is office equipment. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and write office equipment. And I'm going to go ahead and indicate that I bought a computer. I also bought a printer, if you guys remember. So computer. The computer cost me a total of $1,834.84. 34.84. Okay. I also bought a printer. Okay. So printer for $378.87. And I also bought a cash register for $649.49. All right. And that should be the end of my office equipment. Right. Now I actually have just regular equipment. Okay. So here I see my very first thing I have under equipment is going to be my coffee brewer. Right? So I have a total of 2 of them in there. Okay? And that's going to give me a grand total of $4,527.95. So I'm going to go to my coffee brewer for 4,527.95. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to come across is going to be my coffee grinder. Where's my coffee grinder right now?
Miscellaneous expense.
It's still in miscellaneous expense because we're still waiting on one more thing to complete the coffee grinder. And we are currently doing it right now. We're doing the electrical work for it. So this one, we haven't placed it into service, or it's not completely ready yet. Okay? So then after we've done that, the next thing that we should see is vehicles. And in this case, we have a truck. Okay? So vehicles. And my truck is worth $32,208.90. And then we have our prepaid accounts. Okay, so my prepaid accounts, I have right now currently $6,654. So 66654 and 17 cents in my prepaid accounts. And then my deposits currently is outstanding for $1,700. We also have goodwill, right? When we bought the company, we also received goodwill for $2,100. And then lastly, I have my miscellaneous expense, which currently has a balance. So miscellaneous expense, which currently has a balance of $3,088.07. Okay. So those are all my assets so far. All right. So the next one is going to be my liabilities. So here I've only incurred so many. Oh, wrong one. So liabilities. All right. My first one is a main account, which is my accounts payable. All right. And because it's on the credit side, we're going to look at carefully what our credit is going to be. So here at the end of the 14th, right? So the last entry I've placed here, my current balance in my accounts payable is going to be $16,325.89. All right. I owe a lot of money. I also opened up a Visa payable, right? I had a Visa credit card. So I have to place it in here, Visa payable. All right. And it's also a credit balance. And right now I have $320.31 outstanding. All right. Other things that we've encountered so far, we only have one more, and that is going to be my truck loan. All right. So let me go find my truck loan. Should be the very end of this. Right here is my truck loan for $29. So and that's going to be for $29,221.90. So $29,221.90. Okay, that's my truck loan. All right. Now I'm going to move on to my equity accounts. So I've only tapped into two different equity accounts, which is going to be owner's equity itself, as well as owner's withdrawal. Okay. So here, owner's equity. which we started off as 30,000. All right. And then we had an owner's withdrawal. And remember, when we had an owner's withdrawal, we placed it on the debit side because it is a contra account to owner's equity, right? It reduces owner's equity. Okay, and we debited it by 1,500. All right. For revenues, we haven't opened up shop yet, so we don't have revenues. Cost of goods sold, we haven't opened up shop, so we don't have any cost of goods sold. So we can skip that, but we will incur it in the next scenario, right? We're gonna open up shop on the 17th of June. So you will be expected to be able to journalize and also record all the sales and all the cost of goods sold. Okay. So here for expenses, of course, we've incurred our very first one, which is our advertising expense. So advertising expense. Right, and it was a debit account. We have a total of $185 worth of advertising expense. Okay. Next one is bank fees. We don't have anything in bank fees. All right, after that is going to be business expense. We have only one business expense. And that is for a total of $1,000. Okay. Next one is going to be freight expense. Yes, we did incur some freight expense. And that was for a total of $100. Right. Next is insurance expense. We sure do have that from the previous one. Insurance expense. I'm hitting every single key except for E. All right, so here we are. So it's for $195.83, right? For the month of June, insurance expense. Labor expense. Did we incur one? Yes, we did. We have a subcontractor expense. So here, labor expense. All right, and it's for the subcontractor. Okay, which is going to be for a total of $1,890. All right. Then the next one is license and permit expense. Yes, we do have a license and permit expense. Okay, for $375. All right. Loss on sale of loss on disposal of asset. Yes, we do have that. For $2,000. All right. Office supplies expense. We don't have any office supplies yet, so we haven't incurred any expenses for that. Payroll expenses. We haven't processed payroll yet, so all of this will be on the 4th week of Coffee Cafe. So payroll taxes we can ignore. Purchase expense. Yes, we did incur purchase expense. For a grand total of 196 even. All right. Other things in that are purchase returns and allowances, purchase discounts, which we have not incurred. And then lastly, we have rent expense for the 1,500. All right, and I'm just going to scroll down. Did we have travel expenses? No. Utility expenses? No. Bad debt? Depreciation and amortization? We have none. So we finally finished our posting all of the accounts into the trial balance. Now all we need to do is do our equal sum here to see if both sides balance. So I have 7,868.10, and they do balance 775,868.10 cents. So that means I did my accounting accurately and correctly. So comparing from the first trial balance, right? We only had maybe 15 accounts or so. And then as we progress and move through our scenarios, we're going to be building and building and building upon each account. So this one is more like 25 or 30 accounts we have opened already. So for us to ensure that we have the accuracy of accounting, we've done our trial balance. We made sure that our debits do match our credits. So therefore, we don't have any discrepancy. So that means since we balanced on both sides, that means we never have to look back from any transactions from the 14th all the way to the 1st. All right. So that means half the month is solid and it's secure. Now moving forth, if we do for the next trial balance for week 3, right, we're going to do it on the 21st of June. If we do have a discrepancy, that means we made a mistake somewhere between the 14th all the way to the 21st, because the 14th and before that is all correct. We've already ensured that they balance. So that means the mistake has to be somewhere between the 14th and the 21st. So again, with that being said, we completed our trial balance. It matches. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. All right. And any questions on how the trial balance worked? Remember, you're utilizing your general ledger in order to complete the trial balance. Okay? And in order for you to complete the general ledger, you need to complete your journal in the first place. So any questions in regards to how I could fill this out or how it got pieced together?
No.